Tfue announced he would be leaving competitive Fortnite after the World Cup. The reasoning Tfue gave us is that he isn't going to qualify and he doesn't need the money anyways. He plays for fun and he feels he could do well, but he would rather stream and do bad than not stream at all. Tfue, since the beginning of Fortnite, has been a major catalyst for the growth of what competitive is today. I like to look at the growth of Fortnite in two paths. And the first path is Ninja building it up to the success that what we see now. And then we also see Tfue taking the reins for competitive and really building that platform as big as it is currently. In fact, right now the World Cup is streaming and Tfue sitting at nearly 4 times the amount of what the typical or what the regular Fortnite stream has. It's absolutely insane. And you can argue back in the day, this is what Ninja had, and now Tfue is sitting at. But there have already been several videos and articles made on this subject, and I feel everybody focuses on the wrong thing. They focus on simply Tfue is leaving because of the current state of Fortnite, and I just simply don't think that's true. But what people really need to focus on are the implications of why Tfue is leaving and the impact it will have on competitive Fortnite moving forward. So first and foremost, why do I feel Tfue is contemplating leaving competitive Fortnite after the World Cup? Well, as I stated earlier, and I just want to clear the air, it has very little to do with the current state of Fortnite. Everybody's like, oh, revert, which Tfue, by the way, is a huge fan of revert or going back to what we had, the old style of Fortnite in public play and then separating it from ranked play. He loves that. But Tfue would have left a long time ago if he was upset with the current state of Fortnite, and he's not going to do that because he simply loves the game. And to boil it down to one simplistic idea of it's just because of the current state of Fortnite just simply isn't true. There are more reasons, and I feel the number one reason he wants to leave competitive gaming is simple. It's because of his streaming platform. Slowly, Tfue, through his success of competitive Fortnite, going all the way back since the beginning to Friday Fortnite, winning 4 out of the 10 of them, and then pushing forward in time, and then eventually winning over $500,000 and being one of the top earners in the game, grew his stream to the meteoric rise that we currently see today, where he's now averaging at least 40,000 viewers, sometimes even breaking 100,000 as a couple of days ago. And you can kind of say that, we've kind of seen a shift in the Fortnite scene from the at least Ninja being the face of Fortnite, and now we see Tfue being the face of Fortnite. And it's not anything negative towards Ninja. He hasn't fallen off. Don't believe all the hype, right? It's just simply we kind of transition, and now competitive is looked at as the thing people want to see. And Tfue is a huge representative of that. But Tfue also ran into an issue, and an issue that is I wish I would have, and that is his stream grew to a level where I don't think he ever expected it to grow to. And now he is supplementing his lifestyle, his income, just on the stream alone. And of course, sponsors YouTube as well. But I don't think he ever saw that happening. And now that he is now in the position Ninja was in just 6 months or a year ago, it's something that he's really taking into account. And now he has to kind of separate himself. And he has to really think, do I want to be a competitor and focus all my time on just practicing, which would, I think, personally would affect the entertainment aspect of his streams where he goes and he pub stomps. He would also, as he said in the beginning, he would have to not stream as much simply because he doesn't want the players to know his strategies. Also, too, you got to be thinking about Tfue and his popularity. There's also stream snipers, and that's something he has to take into effect when he's going to qualify as well. And also, too, at least personally, Tfue is amazing at the game, but over time, players have started to surpass him. And in fact, whenever he went to go qualify for the first week of the solos, he only placed top 100, which is still incredibly impressive, but it's not where he wants to be as a competitor. So with that being said, he now wants to focus more on streaming instead of just focusing on competitive Fortnite. When you think of Ghost Bizzle is the #1 player in Fortnite today. He is the top earner overall, surpassing that of Tfue after some time. And of course, he also placed 3rd in the first solo qualifier for the World Cup to go on to New York. His consistency is absolutely insane, and he is the top of the food chain whenever it comes to Fortnite. But is he the most popular streamer? No, he's not. Does Ghost Bizzle care about that? I don't think he does. He cares about being a competitor, right? But if he wanted to be an entertainer and reach the levels of Tfue, he would have to put competition to the side and focus more on entertaining because that's what viewers want to see on Twitch. And Tfue is in that same situation. He wants to focus more on streaming, versus focusing on being the best competitor out there. But there are some implications that come with this. And if Tfue leaves competitive after the World Cup, I do feel it's going to have an impact. Let's go all the way back to when Nadeshot left competitive gaming after leaving Optic. This was a huge hit to Call of Duty. In fact, the numbers dropped significantly in terms of overall viewership week after week when it comes to Twitch, only to rise after CWL. But after that, the hype kind of died down and we saw the levels drop drastically. And Nadeshot was the face of Call of Duty, if you will, especially on the streaming side anyways. And when you think about the people watching Nadeshot, they watched him not because they were necessarily a fan of Call of Duty or even competitive Call of Duty. They were a fan of Nadeshot. And when he left, so did the viewers. And the same thing can happen if Tfue leaves competitive Fortnite. If he just decides to, hey, I'm going to split my time, maybe 70-30%. I'm going to stream, Fortnite 70% of the time. But now I'm going to do what Ninja's doing, where he goes and he streams other games 30% of the time, right? He'll still focus on Fortnite mainly, but if he doesn't, solely just focus on Fortnite overall as a whole, it could drive viewers away, not only from his channel, but also from Fortnite in general. And this is going to hurt not only just the, just the normal side of Fortnite, but also the competitive scene, which is still trying to grow and build itself up. It's still very new. Despite the amount of money that's there, it's still a very new scene, and Tfue is a huge catalyst to growing that scene. Now, another thing people aren't talking about, if Tfue leaves competitive Fortnite, what is Cloakzy going to do? Cloakzy has always been his duo since the beginning of Friday Fortnite. They compete together, and Cloakzy very much so wants to win, or at least be at the top of the food chain when it comes to Fortnite. He wants to be a competitor, right? But if he's constantly playing with Tfue, maybe, necessarily doesn't have the drive as of right now to be the best in the game, it could, in fact, hurt Cloakzy as his duo, and maybe Cloakzy might not qualify for the World Cup, or maybe because he's spending his time playing with Tfue, is still trying to compete, he could have been playing with another pro to try and qualify or give it his best. And that's something that I feel that could weigh on Tfue's shoulders, and that's why he's still competing today. But honestly, I gotta say, even if Tfue were to leave competitive gaming, yes, it would, or excuse me, competitive Fortnite, it would hurt the scene dramatically, but I feel someone would have to take over at that point as kind of the main figurehead for competitive gaming. Now, who would that be? I don't know, but I do know the implications are real. With that being said, what do I think personally? I really feel if Tfue were to leave competitive Fortnite, it is going to have a negative effect on viewership, but it's not going to have an overall negative effect on Fortnite. Tfue isn't just going to leave and just magically stop streaming overall, right? He's not going to stop streaming Fortnite. This is his game. This is what he mains, and that's where his fan base is at. So I think Fortnite would still stay afloat in terms of viewership. But we still have no idea at the end of the day if he's going to leave. This was something he said out of the heat of the moment whenever he was trying to qualify, and he's a bit frustrated, right? So he said this, he could still stay in it. But one thing I do know is if, at least Tfue, if he wants to stay in competitive Fortnite and he doesn't leave, he's going to have to start grinding more, and, really, it's going to hurt his stream overall, but it's something he has to do if he wants to remain at the top of the food chain, or else he's just going to have to leave it entirely and just focus on his stream. I don't know, but let me know what you think in the comment section below.